So I am Volunteer Sue with the library, and I'm going to give you a super tiny tour of this room. The historian Dee is not actually here today, and I don't know what a lot of this stuff is, so a lot of it's going to be me panning the camera over things just to show you guys, but I'm not going to be touching anything in here because there's a lot of stuff. It's extremely fragile. This is the kind of stuff that you really need to make an appointment with the historian to come in and see these things, and some of them are really delicate and really need to be treated with care. So if there's anything you see in here that you want to learn more about, definitely contact the library to make an appointment to come in here, or come in on one of the days that Dee is actually here. But otherwise, I'm going to give you guys a really cursory glance at what's in this room. All right, so there's a cart right here that looks like it's got maps and deeds and birth records and marriages. I'm just gonna go real quick over everything because, like I said, if you guys have any questions, it really would be better if you ask Dee about it. And then behind it, we've got all of these shelves. And it looks like this is primarily genealogy materials, but again, I'm not the expert here. And this middle shelf, it looks like it might be school yearbooks. So the ones with the spines are a little more helpful for this, but I'm sure that's probably what these upper ones are too. Ooh, Ghost Ships of the Great Lakes. That might be a really good book. Some of these I can't even tell what they are. Might be able to on camera. I actually think that's easier to read on camera than it is in real life. Some songbooks. Furniture, Erie Canal materials, lighthouse tales, some other semi-localish things, although I see Vermont in there. Looks like this is more genealogy type materials. We got Mayflower families, Connecticut. Some vital records books that are really old. I would be terrified to touch these. New England Historical Register, there's a ton of those. New England Families, Holland Society of New York. Oh, I didn't realize there's actually some CDs or maybe DVDs in here. This stuff is just so cool. Plymouth, some Civil War stuff. Oh, I love the spine of this book, the Lossings book. That looks really cool. Oh my gosh, there's just so much going on here. Glossary of heraldry. Oh, look at that. That one's got a pretty great spine too. History of New York, early settlers of New York, Southern Tier. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. We got some big oversized books, including a Civil War book down on that bottom shelf. Oh, I see something for Medina. Oh, actually, we've got some very local things, so that's nice. I assumed those would be in here. Oh my gosh, those books look really old on that top shelf. We've got some more fairly local stuff. History of Sandstone. Charter of Swan. I'm pretty sure these are all maps in here, but again, we're not going to touch and look. And there's the microfiche film reader machine. Some Mount Albion Cemetery info, Clarendon, etc. And there's these amazing maps on the wall. So the one up here is Orleans County. I might get closer and see if there's a date on there. If this is right, it looks like 1852 probably. And right next to it, we have a map of the village of Albion, and that says 1857. So that's pretty crazy. Oh, check that out. That's wild. That's state and oh, that's a state in Maine right there, that cemetery. Seminary, not cemetery. Completely different thing. But this room's pretty cool. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little mini tour. Give you one more quick turnaround so you can kind of see the general layout of the room. So yeah, like I said, no touching anything in here without the help of the historian, but there's some really, really amazing stuff, and I know that Dee specializes in a lot of genealogy, but also there's a certain amount of local history that she's absolute aces at. So if you want to know any of that stuff or look at any of this stuff, definitely let the library know, and you can hopefully get an appointment with Dee. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in a different video.